welcome to By the Way with Beth and Stacey. I am Beth Cooper.
I'm Stacey Earlywine, and we're still in July.
Yeah.
We're still in your favorite time of year.
I actually like July because I celebrate Christmas in July. I'm actually getting ready to start a new Christmas quilt, which is one of my very favorite things to do is make Christmas. I make all kinds of quilts, but Christmas.
Who's this one for?
Probably myself. And it just makes me happy. It's like, it just makes me happy to do that. So that's my happy.
And you'll start it down to be done before Christmas?
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'm surprised she hasn't made the set Christmas yet, Christmas in July.
Oh, well, that's an idea for next week. I could bring a Christmas quilt. We could do Christmas in July on set.
It can happen.
Yeah, we could.
No vacations for you this year?
No vacations for me for two reasons. One, I just paid for a wedding. So
what? That doesn't cost nothing.
And two is I honestly would really like to just like have a 4-day long weekend somewhere with us, me and Jason and the two younger kids. And I can't find a weekend that we can get away. Like every weekend is something. And it's like, you know, Carissa's gone this week and then she's gone on a mission trip in 2 weeks, and then it's August, and then there's different things going on then, and it's just like the summer's over. But I am getting ready to take a really short trip. It's not a family vacation, but it's a bus trip with a bunch of other quilters.
The quilters
next
where
week.
You headed?
We're going to Shipshewana, Indiana, that area. So we're going over to Indianapolis. We're hitting like 3 big quilt shops in Indianapolis, and then we're headed north to Shipshewana, which is like Amish country, tons of quilt shops. Spending the night there, and then we're actually spending 2 nights there and shopping, and then we're heading south, and then we're going to this town I've never been to. I think it's called Wabash, Indiana. And there's a place, there's like a convention center type place there, and they're having something called the One Stop Shop Hop. Okay, it's 30. If you're not a quilter, it means nothing to you, but it's 30 quilt shops that have set up their shop in this under one roof. So you can just, it's almost like a vendor booth. So you can just walk from one to the next and hit 30 shops at once.
It's kind of like my hair shows. We do that. And all the different hair product people got booths set up.
Yeah. So
that'd be fun.
Yeah. So then we're leaving there, and then we're going to a quilt museum and a quilt show. And then we're heading back.
So like a quilt
3 days.
show, what do they do? Just like bring out different, I mean,
what is a quilt show?
Because I'm thinking runway shows. I'm sure it's not like
it has
that.
nothing to do with a runway. It's just, it's like quilts that are hanging side by side, and you walk through and admire them. That's what you do. And there's actually a quilt show coming up July 12th and 13th. I'm not in this group, so I can't 100% say for sure, at the Flora High School this coming weekend. A big quilt show, over 100 quilts, and the show is put on by the So Nifty Sisterhood Quilt Guild of Flora. Okay. So a big show. If you're looking for something to do on Saturday the 13th or Friday the 12th, go poke around there. Even if you're not a quilter, if you are somebody that admires craftiness and art, if you admire art, you would admire this quilt show. So take a minute to go support them. And I think they're having some raffles and vendors.
That'd be awesome. So does the So Nifties, do they have to raise money to, do they meet, where do they meet at?
They meet at the First Christian Church once a month. I'm not going to say, because it's been a while since I've been in the group, so I don't remember for sure where they meet. Right. You're not in it anymore. But they meet and, discuss quilting and techniques and stuff like that.
How fun.
Yeah.
I think, and there's quite a few quilters in town in there.
There are a lot of quilters around.
A lot of quilters around.
So anyway, but I'm excited about our trip to Shipshewana, because that is my really only trip other than work trips that I'm going on this summer. So
yeah. That'll be nice. That'll be nice. We're heading out to Sunday the 14th after church. We're headed to Holiday World.
Oh, fun.
Holiday World. Mac and Paige, Jack and JoJo, Connor, his girlfriend Natalie, Jim and I. Awesome. The Daniels, Devin and Destiny will go with Roz and Jax. And we started doing this I think this is our third year. And we started going down there. And I'm telling you what, Lake Rudolph's awesome.
Oh, yeah. We camped there one time.
It's awesome.
It was fantastic. Yeah, I loved it.
Yeah, with Devin and Destiny will pull their camper, we'll pull ours, and then I get Mac and Paige a cabin down there. And it's pricey. It's expensive, but I think it's worth it. That Lake Rudolph, you could just spend your whole weekend there at Lake Rudolph. They have lots of things to do for kids all day long, and they have like 2 or 3 pools and a nice little water slide area.
Yeah.
Last year I messed up though, and we ended up. How did I do that? I can't remember. I don't know why I did it over the weekend. And we ended up in Holiday World on a Saturday.
Womp womp. Don't do that.
Unless it's June. June and Saturday's not bad. This was July, the same time we're going this.
I don't think any Saturday is a good Saturday.
It was awful.
Yeah.
Now, I had some friends that just went a couple weeks ago in June on a Saturday, and they said they didn't wait line for nothing.
Oh, well, Malia and Alex went on a Saturday last Saturday
horrible?
or the Saturday before, and it was awful.
Yeah.
Compared, maybe your friend doesn't know what it's like on a weekday. Because it's night and day difference of crowds.
Yeah, we're going on Tuesday.
Yeah. Good choice.
Yeah,
Good
last
choice.
year I messed that up, and as soon as we walked around the corner, it was like, okay, we're waiting in line. It's like, oh my gosh, why did I do this?
Yeah.
I lost my mind, but yeah, but it's really nice, and I got a one of those canopy things there. So because Joanna, my granddaughter, we call her Joey, JoJo. My grandchildren have tons of nicknames, and then her and Pawpaw could go take a nap and that. I love Holiday World. You just can't beat it.
Yep.
I just don't think you can.
We've already went once this year, but I would like to find a day to go back if I could find one before school starts.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's great.
Go Tuesday.
Yeah. Probably can't since I'm leaving on my other trip on Wednesday.
Well, and the thing about it is like last year, Jack was just big enough to ride some of the water rides, so he thought he was super cool. Roz was just too short, but I think they've both grown now. So now they can both ride those.
They have a new ride there called Good Gravy.
Okay, I've heard of that. What? Why is it just because you're going down and you're going, good gravy? This is terrifying.
Well,
what is it?
everything at Holiday World is in a different theme part so they have Christmas, they have Thanksgiving, Halloween, 4th of July as sections of the park if you haven't been there. Well, so obviously Good Gravy is in Thanksgiving. Okay. It's a family roller coaster. I did not ride it because I don't do these things, but Jason and Silas rode it 3 or 4 times. Malia and Alex rode it a whole bunch of times. Like everybody I know that has ridden it loves it. And I bet
is it terrifying?
It's fun. It's thrilling, but not like terrifying. But I think that Jack and Roz might be big enough to ride it.
So it's not like going upside down and
no, and it's made for families. So I don't think it's too wild, but it's enough of a thrill that you're like, wow, that was so fun.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Good
gravy.
Mm-hmm. And I'll tell you another thing I did at Holiday World this year that I've never done before because it's always been so stinking hot, is that the food. Okay, so a lot of the food is just pizza, chicken strips, and that kind of thing. And a lot of the times when we go, we eat our lunch in the water park side of the park because that's just where we end up at lunch. But this year we got there, and I was really hungry because I hadn't eaten any breakfast, and I knew I needed something on my stomach before I went on, or I was getting a bad headache. And the boys, Jason and Silas, had went off and done they were roller coastering it. Me and Carissa, not roller coaster fans, but she also needed to eat. And so we were over in Thanksgiving, and we ducked into this little cafe, and I don't remember the name of it, but it's right there in the middle of Thanksgiving area. And they serve turkey, dressing, mashed potatoes, macaroni and cheese, hot rolls, the best banana pudding ever, like this Thanksgiving meal.
Is it new?
I think it's been there for a while.
How have I missed it? Because I'm always in the water park.
I'm always in the water park. And when it's 100 degrees out, who wants a full Thanksgiving meal on your stomach? Well, not normally me. But the day that we were there, it was good timing because it was only like 10:30 in the morning, but I knew I needed to eat. I was very hungry. And the boys weren't with me, so I was like, it was just me and Carissa. We didn't have to fight over where we ate.
Or did you just
we went into the air-conditioned room. There was hardly anybody else in there because, like I said, it was 10:30 in the morning, and they were just opening, and they serve it to you. It's kind of a buffet, but you're not allowed to touch anything. You go through the line to tell what you want. The turkey was amazing.
How was the dressing? I'm a big dressing fan.
Me too. The dressing, awesome. I had turkey and dressing and a hot roll. I didn't do all the other sides. I didn't want all of it, but. It was really good. So so since you're going to be over there, like you might want to get supper there since you're camping, and it was good. It was way better than the other food that you get in the park.
I had no idea that was there, and we go to the Holiday World every year.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
How did I miss that?
Well, even if you just go in there and all you get is the banana pudding.
Yeah. Well, because mainly, I wonder if I could just get a bunch of banana pudding to go.
Yeah, they're all in to-go containers.
Yeah, because usually when we get there, like you take the kids to the kiddie area and hit some coasters, and we're in the water park the entire time because it's just too hot.
Mm-hmm. We spend a lot of time there too. This year we spent less time in the water park than normal.
Really?
Yeah, it was just kind of honestly the wave pool in the lazy river was really cold.
Yeah.
And I don't know. The kids rode what they wanted to, and then we were like, okay, well, move on. That's the thing about having older kids. You save time because they already know exactly what they want to ride, and they go get in line for it, and they ride it, and you don't waste time at all the little bitty kiddie rides.
Yeah.
It's nice.
Yeah.
It was fast.
Yeah, and they can just go on their own. You could just hang out in the lazy river.
Yeah.
The one time we went, and I can't remember. Oh, Mac and Paige didn't go the very first time we went. It was just Becky McNelly and her husband, and then Devin and Destiny. So I didn't have any kids. Becky and I literally was in the lazy river floating around for 2 hours. We went on a weekday.
Yeah.
And we couldn't hardly get out of that thing, but we just floated and floated. 2 hours in the lazy river.
That would be very relaxing.
I want Jim to build me a lazy river around my house, but so far he's refused to do it.
I don't know why. I also want him to do that.
I know. I don't know what his
Come on, Jim. Build us a lazy river. We
Probably
need to be
because
lazy.
it's concrete, and I don't think I'd want to pay the property taxes on a lazy
gosh,
river.
no, probably not.
Okay, so so I pulled up this ad today. It's a 7-Up ad.
Okay.
Look at this.
Oh, how cute.
Why we have the youngest customers in the business. Nothing does it like 7-Up. Isn't that the funniest thing? Look at the little lamb behind the 7-Up bottle. Avoid imitations served from taps or cup machines. 7-Up is sold in bottles only. This young man is 11 months old, and he isn't our youngest customer by any means. For 7-Up is so pure, so wholesome, you can even give it to babies and feel good about it. Look at the back of the 7-Up bottle.
Feel good about it.
That's right. Notice that all the ingredients are listed. That isn't required of soft drinks, but we're proud to do it, and we think you're pleased that we do. Yeah. By the way, Mom, when it comes to toddlers, if they like to be coaxed to drink their milk, try this. Add 7-Up to the milk in equal parts, pouring the 7-Up gently into the milk. It's a wholesome combination, and it works. Make 7-Up your family drink. You'll like it. It likes you.
Oh, crack up. Just mix it with the milk and put it in the baby bottle.
Is that not the cutest little baby? That's an 11-month-old little boy drinking right out of the bottle. But have you ever, and I love the little lamb behind the 7-Up bottle.
Yeah.
Marketing back at...
Oh, I know it.
So fun.
Yes.
Yeah, I came across that picture. I'm like, what on earth? Yeah, it's good. We got our ingredients, which is interesting. The 7-Up, of that time. Because if you look what's in, I really need to get off my Diet Cokes and stuff. Because, if you look at what's in there, it's probably killing us all.
Yeah.
I just can't give it up yet because I do love it.
I know. Oh, I know.
I've given up sugar, but I don't know if I can handle the Diet Coke. But anyway, I thought that was a really cute ad. But
yeah, that was super cute.
Speaking of advertisements, we're going to take a quick commercial break, and we will be right back.
At your locally owned Napa Auto Parts stores in Flora and Louisville, you can count on experts to have the solutions to keep you running on the road or in the field. More than just your car, the Napa Auto Parts stores in Flora and Louisville carry a large inventory of Napa products for farms, heavy trucks, and just about everything that moves. Experienced associates understand your needs and are ready to help with the perfect part at a great value. That's Napa Know-How at your locally owned Napa Auto Parts stores in Flora and Louisville. Briscoe Surplus Sales on the northeast edge of Flora is your one-stop do-it-all shop. Looking for rugged boots and footwear from great brands like Lacrosse, Rocky, and Carolina? They're there. How about top-notch small engine parts and service? Briscoe Surplus Sales has it. Whether you're wiring your switches or switching your wiring, Briscoe Surplus Sales has the solution and the know-how to help you get the job done right the first time. Briscoe Surplus Sales, your one-stop do-it-all shop.
We like technology at Flora Savings Bank. Here's what you can accomplish in our mobile banking app in less than 30 seconds. See account balances in your transactions, set up an account alert, make a transfer between accounts, get an alert text message about your transfer, pay a bill, turn your debit card off and then back on. It all happens in the palm of your hand with our free My Bank to Go app. Search My Bank to Go in the App Store or Google Play and give mobile banking a try. Flora Savings Bank, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
Welcome back to By the Way with Beth and Stacey. I'm Beth Cooper.
I'm Stacey Earlywine, and I was going through some of my papers that I have. I got a ton of Hometown Journal old papers that I got from Pat Cooper, and I came across one. I'm going to talk a little bit about Larry McGrew.
Oh, okay.
Everybody knows Larry McGrew.
Mm-hmm.
He was a teacher, a coach for years at Flora. Great guy. He's an awesome guy. And this is an article in 2005 from the Hometown Journal. They actually, in 2000, boy, it doesn't seem like it's been that long ago, 2005, they actually named the junior high gymnasium. It's called the Larry McGrew Gymnasium now because he did teach at the junior high all these years. I have stories. Larry McGrew taught me how to drive.
Oh, okay.
Larry McGrew was my driver's ed teacher, and it was during the summertime. But what he didn't know is I've been driving since I was 13. I started stealing my parents' car when they were gone.
I remember you telling that story.
Yeah, I've been driving for years. And I'll never forget, he always called me Heavy Foot Hemphill.
Oh, funny.
Heavy Foot Hemphill. He's got some of the best sayings. Do you ever listen to him?
Not really.
I listen to the ball games just because of Larry McGrew. He's so funny. My gosh, he gets so excited. And I've never known anybody who can remember numbers from past and the present. Like he could, I said, if I were to send him a message, say, hey, Mr. McGrew, back in junior high, how many free throws did Mark Stanley get in 1982? And he'd probably say, Mark Stanley got 14 yeah, blah, blah. He could tell. I mean, he knows.
Wow,
no,
that's
he's
impressive.
got that. He's got that.
Huh.
When Larry McGrew says it, you might as well just believe it because it's true. But anyway, I wanted to read this article on him because, like I said, he's a great guy. Everybody knows him. Everybody loves him. Larry McGrew has been a central figure in Flora sports for over 30 years. Now, this is in 2005.
Okay, so now it's over 50 years.
Yeah, so now it's
basically close because 2000. If you were born in 2005, you're 19 years old.
Yeah. Wow, that was quick. One of your kids born in 2005?
Yes.
Yeah, so now, at the time this was written was 30 years, so now it's, like she said, 50 years, 49 years anyway. He has coached junior highs, boys basketball, and track for most of those years and has lately been announcing Wolves football and basketball games on WNOI, which he still does to this day. I think Mr. McGrew is going to outlive every WNOI announcer that there is because he doesn't miss a game. Because of his accomplishment as a coach, Larry is going to be honored by having the Floyd Henson Junior High School gym named after him. Larry was born and raised in the Flora area. He attended Johnsonville Grade School and went to Flora High School. While at Flora Township High School, Larry played basketball all 4 years, football his freshman and sophomore years, cross country his junior and senior years, and was in track all 4 years. So, Larry was an athlete.
Yeah, he was.
Larry was an athlete. That's what he did. Larry played some varsity basketball his freshman year and started varsity the other 3. Because he lived in the country and because he lived in the country and on a farm, Larry was lucky that he got to play sports and that his parents were able to take him to the games and practices. I mean, I'm telling you, it's like I've always lived. We raised our kids in the same house. When we bought our house on Fair Avenue, I was pregnant with Mac. Mac, we've been in this house for 33 years now. My house is going to be 34 this year. And it was so much easier. Even taking my kids to when they were in junior high was kind of a pain in the butt. But, raising them down there, I can't imagine having kids way out in the country.
A lot of driving back and forth.
A lot of driving back and forth. And there's really not a lot to do in town.
So what years was he in school?
It doesn't give the year.
Oh, okay.
It doesn't say when he was born. He said leave that out.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah. He says, looking back, I know how fortunate I was that my parents let me play sports. I realized just how important that was, he said. Unfortunately, the basketball team wasn't very good. They had 3 coaches in 4 years, and the only winning season was when Larry was a freshman. Football was the major sport then. Yeah, back in the day, it was all about football. Football was the major sport then, and even though they had all staters his senior year, Larry received the Male Athlete of the Year award. Larry was also student body president his senior year and finished 7th in a class of 134.
Well, good for him. That's good.
Yeah.
That's
yeah. So
pretty good.
he's just an all-around great guy here.
Yeah, athletic, smart.
Nice. After high school, Larry attended OCC and played basketball. He met his wife, Becky, who was a cheerleader while there. The two went to Eastern Illinois University. Larry got his BS in physical education but didn't play basketball. He made the team, but because of a torn metatarsal in his foot, declined the opportunity. You know, that's a shame. There are so many really good athletes that then a torn meniscus or this or Achilles, and you're out.
You're out.
Yeah. Later, he went back with friends and fellow teachers, Larry Reinhardt and Steve Miller, and got his master's degree. He says, you know how they say you can't go home? Well, I did. Larry's first teaching job was at Johnsonville Grade School. He taught there for 3 years and had many jobs while there. Larry had 39 7th and 8th graders in one room. Yikes.
7th and 8th graders.
Oh.
That's the worst graders.
Junior high.
Oh, my gosh. I could never teach junior high. They would hate me and I would hate them.
Yeah, junior high kids are so weird.
Yeah.
But apparently that was his love because that's where he always, he must
good
have
for
stayed
him.
there. But yeah, no, I would lose my mind with junior high kids.
Yeah,
Not
me
good.
too.
Gosh, and 39 of them in one room. Ugh.
That sounds horrible.
Teaching every subject except music. He was also the 6th through 8th grade boys and girls softball, basketball, volleyball, track, and baseball coach.
Holy cow.
And the athletic director.
He was never home. He had to be busy all the time, didn't he?
Yeah, girls and boys. Every sport, girls and boys. And he was the athletic director.
Wow.
That's insanity.
Yeah, that's a lot on one person.
Wow.
But as for him teaching junior high and having that many kids in a room, don't you feel like, and I just feel like male teachers have better control sometimes of that age.
I'm all about. I think
he probably had it under control.
I think as far as the whole entire teaching institute, we need more male teachers. I think, and this is going to sound, women are going to hate me, but I think men have just a different authority over women. I'm sorry, it's just it's the way God designed it.
Sometimes you just
sometimes
need
you just got to have that male. You can always tell when there's a male in the building.
It scares the kids more.
It does.
There is such a thing as a little bit of healthy fear. You know,
absolutely.
Healthy fear.
I think that there's a whole lot to do with a little bit of healthy fear.
Yeah.
Because it's just like, you can always, somebody even said that, like Jim works at the school. He's a part-time, he substitute teaches. And he said they can always tell whenever Jim's in the building. Because there's just a different, even if Jim just is in the hallway, there's a different, the way they act and stuff. I'm sorry, but I just, and I think literally elementary, I think that's a different setting, but junior high and high school, I think you got to have more male dominance in there.
Yeah.
I said it. I stick by it. That's how I do. Let's show the young picture of Larry McGrew. Not that one that you've got pulled up. Let's go with the young one. Look at this. He was look at how cute Mr. McGrew is.
Aww.
Look at his perfectly little hair.
Yeah. Perfectly combed.
Look at that.
Yep.
It's so funny how he's, and Mr. McGrew though to this day still has really nice hair. He still has all of his hair.
Do you cut his hair?
No, I don't. I don't cut his hair. No, but I should. But that's a picture of Mr. McGrew. I would say that's probably a college picture. So I'd say that's probably the late 60s, maybe in the 60s sometime. That looks like a 60s picture.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, cute.
Yeah, what a nice guy. He's so funny. But you can take that picture off now, Ty. But it is funny because if you ever see, I just love running it. If you run into Mr. McGrew we used to run into each other all the time at the Edmund Club, and then we'd run into them on Sundays after church. Then we'd run into him and his wife on at Tammy Joe's when it was at the Elks every Sunday. And I just look at her and be like, can you get a word in? And she's like, nope. You just all around nice guy.
Yeah.
In 1974, Larry took a job as a PE teacher, 8th grade basketball and track coach in Flora. He taught at McKendree, Washington, Seminary, and the high school over the years and fell into driver's ed. Although it was just supposed to be for one summer, he ended up teaching it for 20 years.
Oh my gosh.
That's funny. That's funny because I mean, yeah, 20 years. I'm just going to do it part-time till they find somebody. That's like Jim. Gosh, I don't know how many years Jim's been at the First Church of Flora preaching. But, like, when he left the Christian church, they were like, hey, Jim, can you fill in until we get a new pastor? He's like, yeah. Now it's been, like, how many years?
Like, I think you said 9.
9 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's really not going anywhere.
Yeah.
So that's kind of the same thing that happened when Mr. McGrew here. He just, 20 years. So funny. While coaching 8th grade basketball, Larry had many successful seasons, including 4 trips to state.
Good.
The 1985-86 team was one of the best he coached. They not only made it to state, but with a record of 26-2, which means they won 26 and they lost 2.
I know that.
Did you know that? That's literally the only thing I do know about it. Also set the record for most wins in a year in any junior high sports in the district. Wow. Isn't that crazy?
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a great year for him. Yeah, so like I said, I've still got more. We're not done with Mr. McGrew yet, but yeah, we're going to get to a little bit talking about some past players. We're going to take a quick commercial break and come back with some of the past players, what they've had to say about him.
Okay.
We'll be right back.
If you're looking for a loan for your brand new home, call Clay County State Bank. If you want to transfer money so your future will look sunny, call Clay County State Bank.
We got checking and savings and bill pay too.
An online banking, just ask our crew. For all your banking needs, we think you will agree.
Clay County State Bank is the place you need to be.
Clay County State Bank.
At Clay City Banking Company, we're all on the same team, regardless of zip code. At home, work, school, or across the country, you can be part of our team with our cutting-edge mobile banking products. From your hand, you can check balances, transfer money, make deposits, and pay bills. Looking for a loan? We've got you covered with our mortgage, agriculture, commercial, and consumer loans. Join our team today. Clay City, Flora, Louisville, and Fairfield Banking Companies. We're the hometown banks, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
Tomorrow. Some fear the uncertainty it brings. Some trust the promise it holds. At Grinnell Mutual, we are always looking forward to tomorrow, growing and innovating. So even if the plans you have for the future aren't the same as the plans that the future holds for you, you can be ready. Because we'll be ready, like we have been for over 100 years. Trust in that. Trust in tomorrow. Talk to your mutual agent today.
Your local agent is on the square. Louisville, Clay County Farmers Mutual Insurance.
Welcome back to By the Way with Beth and Stacey. I'm Beth Cooper.
I'm Stacey Earlywine, and I am talking about beloved teacher Larry McGrew, which the junior high is named after. The junior high gym is named after. Apparently, Mr. McGrew did it all when it came to the school system.
He did.
He didn't. The only thing I haven't read that he's done is referee anything, but it might be coming in the rest of the story.
Yeah, I don't know.
He's so funny, like, because he has all these aids. Like when you're listening to him in basketball. It's so fun. It's like one of my favorites is like if somebody on the basketball, they're dribbling or whatever, they go real quick. He'll say, "Blue by you, Linda Ronstadt." It's so funny. He'll say, "That's colder than the Blue Mountain Road in December." But my favorite's "Blue by you, Linda." That's the only ones I can think of.
That's funny.
No, you've got, okay.
No, I don't listen because
You're going to.
Okay.
What? Come on, you've got to. You will die.
Okay.
Okay, now, here's the deal. It's not, he does make some funny comments during football, but basketball, because basketball, I think, is his main love. That's what he's taught. So you have to listen to him during basketball games. It's hysterical.
Okay.
It is.
Okay.
Blue by you, Linda Ronstadt. Colder than the Blue Mountain Road.
Oh, gosh.
Oh, Randy Poole used to just die laughing. Now he's in there with Pat Garrett. I asked Pat, I said, well, when Randy retired from WNOI, and then Pat Garrett took over going to like a lot of, or even before Randy actually retired, and I would be like, well, Pat, how are you? And he's like, I just laugh. I just laugh because the man knows every stat. So we're gonna talk about some past students. Tim Stanley was a member of the 1977-78 state team. Coach McGrew gave me and my teammates the right foundation for success. That early success set the stage for many of the great things that have happened in my life, he said. Larry received Coach of the Year awards 5 times and felt much honored because it was voted on by his peers. He attributed his success over the years to 3 things. To be a successful coach, you have to believe in God, put your family second, and your athletes third, said Larry. That's an interesting. So God's first, then family, then his athletes. He also feels that an understanding and supportive family are very important, which, by the way, that's true, because unless your husband, Jim's coached volleyball, because once that season hits, he's gone. You know, volleyball's a short season, basketball's a long season, so it's definitely a family thing. He not only earned the respect of his peers, but his players well. Coach McGrew is one of those coaches you love to play for, and he inspires you to be half the coach he was, said Brian Tackett. Let's show the picture of with him and Phil Lieb and Randy Poole. Larry McGrew with a. Because, at the end, they do this. Look at him. Larry McGrew, center, with Coach Phil Lieb left, and Bill Thompson. So then after the games everywhere, then the coaches would go up, whether Phil's the basketball coach, so he would go to the booth and they'd talk about the game that just happened, and he'd be. But Larry, one thing I love about Larry, he on the radio, he's like, well, I'll tell you, he gives his opinion on there. Oh, he absolutely does. He's amazing because that's
he just calls it like it is.
He just calls it like it is. Well, I don't know.
I respect people like that.
Oh, I do too. Yeah, he don't make no beans about it, because how can you not respect his record?
Right. Yeah.
His record's the most impressive, probably the most impressive coaching record I'd say in Flora history. It's considering everything he did. Yeah. So I just thought that was a cute picture. And Phil has actually brown hair. That's funny.
Yeah, it's not brown anymore.
It's not brown anymore. After 33 years of teaching and coaching, Larry decided to take an early retirement. He said it wasn't a quick decision, but one that he had to tell the administration 2 years in advance. I didn't coach for money. My pleasures and treasures were with the kids I coached.
Aww.
I watched them grow to become citizens, he said. Some people ask why he didn't continue coaching. Larry feels that teaching and coaching go hand in hand, and he couldn't do one without the other. Reflecting on his career, Larry said, looking back, I was blessed with good athletes, parents, assistant coaches, and the best fans. Coaching is a package deal with administration, teachers, coaches, and cheerleaders. You need it all to make it work. Larry is enjoying his retirement. He enjoyed the students, teachers, companionship, and camaraderie while teaching, but it was all scheduled. I don't even understand what that. I don't even know what I just read there. There is no bell in retirement. The reward is more freedom, said Larry. He is now working with Tar Construction, but this was a long time ago, so probably now. Oh, here's where we go. The radio keeps me connected with the kids and lets me follow them and watch them grow, he said. Larry said he was able to attend 85% of the junior high's home basketball games this year, and he was very excited when the high school team went to state. When the Tuscola team walked in at Super Section, I told Bill, we can beat these guys. State got the community fired up for the Wolves basketball. Larry was very proud of the boys, and they were appreciative of him. From 8th grade on, he's always stayed with our team and encouraged us. Though the players Through the playoffs, we reverted back to the fundamentals he taught us to win, said Abe Forth. As for the gym, it's a great honor and a humbling experience, and I don't take it lightly. This is a great tribute. I'm happy and really appreciative the administration, school board, and everyone who made it happen, especially Richard Rudy, Randy Flood, and Mike Reinhart, who got the petition started. The official dedication will be in blah, 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 blah. Okay, so that's already been done. That was done.
Wow.
So the official dedication was in 2005, 2006. Let's show the picture of what Mr. McGrew looks like now. There he is.
Oh, yeah.
That's the one we all know.
Yep.
That's the
Yep.
Larry McGrew we all know and love.
Yep, that's
great
a good picture.
Guy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you just can't beat him.
Uh-huh.
I mean, just a great guy. I had no idea. Okay, you can go back. I had no idea he taught all those classes.
Yeah, me either.
I didn't realize he taught
I knew
every
he was a
subject but
retired
music.
teacher, but I didn't know all of that.
Well, I thought he was literally just I thought he was a retired PE teacher.
Uh-huh.
No, I never had him in PE. He wasn't down in Washington. I had Mr. Delaney. Mr. Delaney, gosh, I loved him too. He was the kickball king. But no, I never had him. It's the only time I ever had Larry McGrew was whenever he did Driver's Ed. And it was so much fun. We were everywhere, and he was but he just talked the whole time. Oh, yeah, we'd turn on the radio, and we'd sing as we're going down the road. But, yeah, so it's one of those things. I had no idea he did all the things that he did. That's impressive.
Yeah.
So
cool
definitely when you think about that, when you think about what they – that's a great dedication. I mean, it's one of those things that, of course, like finally the high school auditorium got its prop because it's Harry Penry's auditorium.
Yep.
Which was, I mean, Harry Penry is the greatest teacher I've ever had. I loved him, but he also taught something that that I loved was music and band and chorus and plays and that type of thing. But I there's not too many people I put above Harry Penry. Larry McGrew's right there. But yeah, and I'm glad it's good to see that because you have Conley Gymnasium. So you're taking in consideration that the junior high didn't have a gym. This was in 2005. We're going to do a little bit we're going to do Bert Dancey.
Yeah, I'm going to talk a little bit about
Bert Dancey here in a second. But because Dancey was a football coach, Conley was a basketball coach. Those were years and years ago. So the fact that they've been just waiting to name these gyms in the auditorium after two other great teachers in the school system, it is quite an honor.
Oh, right, definitely.
And it'll last forever because I hope once that's set in stone, it never goes away.
I hope so too. Yeah,
it's awesome. But so that's my article on Mr. McGrew. So
okay, so I'm going to talk about Bert Dancey. So Bert Dancey is who our football field is named after at Flora. So we have Dancey Field at Flora. So if you've ever attended a football game there, you are at Dancey Field. And Bert Dancey was the football coach at Flora High School for 31 years.
31 years.
Yeah, from 1927 to 1957.
Wow.
31 years is really, really long.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I mean, wowzers. But I don't know how much time I have. Should I dive in, or do I got a
go ahead
few
and
minutes?
dive in. I'm gonna break you off here in about 4 minutes.
Okay.
To take a commercial break, then we'll go into our last segment.
Okay, so Bert Dancey, he was a teacher. He was born up by Bloomington, that area.
Okay.
He had a couple brothers. They went on to do kind of cool things too. But his dad was a fireman, and Bert went to school, and he was a track star during school. He won in 1921. He won like a big track thing. I don't understand track as well. It was like his 880-yard relay team. They received 19 and a half points. I don't understand the point system in track.
I don't understand track either. It's anyway, like you cross the finish line, you win, right?
Yeah. It was a pretty big deal. But anyway, he was a big track star. He went on to go to school at the U of I, and he became a teacher. And he ended up in Flora, obviously, but in 1927. So I think that is the same year he graduated U of I. So as soon as he graduated, he ended up at Flora, head football coach. And during his 31 years of coaching, he produced 10 North Egypt Conference championship teams.
Wow.
And then had 3 undefeated teams. So 10 championships and the conference championships in his career. That's pretty good.
Bert Dancey was what he coached my dad.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So he stopped being the football coach in February of 1958, but he remained at the high school as the PE teacher and athletic director. So he did not completely jump out of, you know how you said that, sports and coaching and teaching all go hand in hand. That's what Larry McGrew, this guy, he went ahead and stayed on as the PE teacher and the athletic director. Okay. But he stopped coaching football in 58. In 58. In 1959, he was the president of the Illinois High School Coaches Association, and he received the William McAndrew Memorial Award, which is Southern Illinois University's highest athletic honor in 1960.
Oh, really?
So, yeah. So he was kind of recognized all through the state as like a great coach, like president of this coaches association. Another university is honoring him. But he retired in 1966 as the athletic director and as a teacher. And then that is when Flora's Dancey Field was named in his honor.
In 66?
I think so, according to this article. But then he went on to do other things after he retired from that. So in 1971, he became a city council member in Flora.
Really?
Yep, he was elected to the Flora City Council, and he stayed on the city council until his death. Let's see, he died in 74, so about 3 years.
74. Yeah, what year was he? How old was Bert then?
Let me see. I had it pulled up on my phone.
Yeah.
I need to pull that up.
You got a picture of Bert Dancey?
I do. Let's take a look at Bert. Here we go. This is when he was a little bit younger. Is Bert Dancey. So,
didn't Jim do Bert Dancey last year at the cemetery tour, and we could hear his big mouth through the whole... So was Bert Dancey loud and proud, or what?
No, actually, everyone that knew him said he was nothing like Jim portrayed him to be. He did not yell or scream or tell him more push-ups and keep going. He was very kind and gentle and soft-spoken.
Yeah, so Jim missed the character,
did he? A little bit, I think.
I think he just wanted to yell through. Oh, we're going to take a quick commercial break.
Okay, we'll be right back.
Do you bowl like this? That's great. Do you bowl like this? That's great too. That's because whether you're a pro or you just want to have a lot of fun, at Peggle's Silver Dollar Lanes, we have a lane for you. We have galaxy bowling, gaming for kids and adults, Joe's Pizza, a full bar, darts, pool, and fresh and clean bowling shoes. Boy, does that smell nice. So come on down to Peggle Silver Dollar Lanes in Effingham, where we have a lane for you.
My name is Robin Stanford. I own Stanford Marketing. It's a promotional products business along with an embroidery business. And we do custom hats, t-shirts, anything, you name it, we can make it. People like that we do stuff in-house and we can actually make things here and that we're not contracting the work out to other places. We never say no. We always try to find a way to do it. If anybody can do it, we can do it. We are hardworking women, that is for sure. Come to Stanford Marketing in Flora for all your custom and promotional needs.
Give me order lumber. Doors, paint, windows, electrical, plumbing, and much more. Oh yeah, give me all your guns too.
John Lucas.
What?
You better be dreaming about all the stuff we sell here at Zink Building Center.
Oh, I would. Zink Building Center in Louisville on Route 45. It's a cool place.
Welcome back to By the Way with Beth and Stacey. Today we're talking about some Flora, Illinois coaches that were fantastic. And right now I'm talking about Bert Dancey. He was born in 1904 in Livingston County, Illinois.
And he died in when?
And he died on September the 2nd of 1974. He was 69 years old, and he died of a heart attack, a sudden heart attack, which also is what took one of his brothers in my research, and I came across that as well. Let's see. He was a member of the United Methodist Church, and he was a member of the Flora Elks Club. He had his wife was named Eleanor, and then he had a daughter named Nancy Jean, and she married a Folk. They lived over by Cahokia. She was a bus driver. Her husband served in the Korean War.
Okay.
And then they have a son named Edward, and then they had 3 grandchildren. So the interesting thing I came across in the research was that his son Edward is buried at Elmwood along with him and his wife. But the daughter, Nancy Jean Folk, is buried at Jefferson Barracks in St. Louis, Missouri, which Jefferson Barracks is the military cemetery over there. Have you ever been there?
I have
Have
not.
you driven by it?
No.
Oh my gosh, it looks like, I know it's not as big as Arlington, but it looks like Arlington. It's huge. It goes up. It's near the river. It goes up onto this hill, and just as far as you can see are white crosses. The whole cemetery is the military white stone crosses. It's beautiful. It would be so fun to explore that. But because of her husband's service in the Korean War, they were buried there.
See,
it's kind of an honor to be buried there.
Yeah,
kind of like Arlington.
I'm surprised that a spouse could be buried there.
Yeah.
Is that normal?
Some spouses are buried in Arlington.
Okay.
Yeah, your spouse. If you're,
Well, yeah, because the way I see, I mean, it's
yeah.
If you're married to, I can't imagine being married to a military man. I could
Yeah,
be
there's both. There's
sad.
spouses and service people buried in both. But so I thought that was kind of interesting. That she ended up over there. Let's see. What else was I going to say about? The son. This is what I was going to say. Edward. He lived in Arlington, Virginia for a while, and he was in the Navy, and he served for years in the Defense Intelligence Unit. So it's not really CIA, but it was some kind of intelligence unit is what he did for the Navy. He probably can't talk about it.
Probably can't.
He's also passed away. But his son, Edward Dancey, he did not pass away until 2012. And Nancy Folk, his daughter, she didn't pass away until 2019.
But the boy, so Edward Dancey, but I don't ever really remember that. Did he have children? Because you don't remember, the Dancey name is not in Flora anymore.
Yeah, no. In fact, he's not listed in his obituary. It lists no wife, no children.
No wife, no children.
It just lists his sister and his parents.
So he must have not been married.
Yeah, and there was no visitation. He was buried in Elmwood in 2012 with military honors. Frankenbright did the funeral, but yeah. And I have a picture of him too. He's a real nice looking guy.
I see him.
Well, I can try to hold it up and see if.
Oh, you got it there. Okay, we're gonna do some zooming in.
I don't know. I don't have it.
And this is Edward.
How do I? Not
Just
that
hold
way.
it. There we go.
I'm trying to make it flat with the.
Oh, so that's Edward Dancey. That's Bert Dancey's son.
Yes. Edward, not the clearest picture, but there we go.
Yeah, but hey, you can at least get a little bit of a.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. So, yeah, kind of cool. I mean.
Yeah, I think it's neat.
Yeah. So nice family, and the thing about Bert Dancey is everybody loved him. He kind of like Larry McGrew. I mean, a very beloved coach, so much so that they honored him by naming the football field after him. And I mean, he had a great record, and he coached for a very long time, very dedicated, not only to the Flora sports program, but to Flora, the city. You know, after his retirement, he wanted to serve city council, and, everyone in town knew him. Everyone liked him.
Which is not an easy job.
Not an easy job. And a lot of time it is a thankless job.
Oh, it's absolutely thankless.
And
and now it's even terrible because now with social media.
Yeah. You make one decision somebody doesn't like, and they rip you apart.
Blast you apart on social media.
Yep.
I guess I'm fixing to find out because Jim's running for city council this next time around.
Vote for Jim Earlywine.
Yeah, vote for Jim Earlywine. He's going on city council.
Yeah, that'll be good.
It will be good.
It'll be good for our town.
Better him than me.
Yeah. I agree.
I would be the first woman assassinated on a city council.
I know, right? Like, well, you got an opinion. There's nothing wrong with having opinions on stuff.
Well, but my opinion's the only one.
Yeah. Well,
that's the problem with me.
Yeah.
I have a lot
you say that, but I don't know. A lot of times other people share your same opinions. They're
Yeah,
just
well,
not,
they should
they're
because
just
it's
not,
the right
they're
opinion.
just not brazen enough to say it. You are. So
I will say
you
it.
say what the rest of us are thinking.
That's exactly what I do sometimes.
Yeah.
And that's what Jim says. Well, if she's thinking it, she's speaking it.
Uh-huh.
I'm the worst.
Uh-huh.
Worst. We got a little bit of time to kill.
Okay.
Let's see here. I'm going to pull out my bag of tricks
Oh,
here,
okay.
guys.
Because I start to say I have another little story, too. But I
Oh,
can
you
pull
have one
out.
up?
Not ready, but I could grab it. I could grab
Well,
it.
you grab your little story because I got to do
Okay.
more digging than you.
Okay.
Let's grab another little story.
Okay.
I was going to do
Out
one
of
of
my
back
bag of tricks here.
my back thens in Sailor Springs, but go ahead.
Uh-huh.
Pull out yours if yours is handy.
I think
You
this
look
is
like
it.
you're a lot more organized than me. You don't
Yes.
have much time.
Okay. Real quick. I'm going to
quick.
talk really super fast about how Hinkley Hill got its name.
Oh, I've always wanted to know this.
Okay.
Okay.
So, Hinkley Hill is a big hill in Clay County. For those that don't live here, it's about 3 miles west of Flora on Old Highway 50, and it's on a curve, and there is a hill there, and it's a very dangerous spot for automobile drivers, motorcycle drivers. Even in good weather, you can be going way too fast.
Yep.
Over the years, there's been a lot of accidents there. So this is an article from Rena Thomas, who wanted to figure out why it was called Hinkley Hill. And she kind of goes backwards a little bit. There was a man named Matthias Meisenheimer.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, he came to Clay County around 1818 with Thomas Elliott. Thomas was the brother of Isaac Elliott, who came here from Washington County, Indiana. Meisenheimer settled in Section 27, where he built a log house. Okay, this is believed to be the very first dwelling built in Harder Township.
Okay.
He built the log cabin and in 1820 erected a huge log house on the hill west of Flora, which is now known as Hinkley Hill. So there was a log cabin built there by Meisenheimer.
It is just
so
you're going
why
west,
is it not called Meisenheimer Hill?
Yeah, because isn't that why Meisen? Yeah, because you're on Old 50.
Uh-huh.
You've just passed the park. You went down the bottom, so you're coming up that hill.
Yes.
That big brick house that's up to the right.
Meisenheimer was the first road commissioner here after after it became a state road. Okay. He was a very prominent citizen of the county and was highly respected by all who knew him. He died in 1845 on the farm he first settled just east of Raccoon Creek Bridge. Raccoon Creek Bridge is right there before you get to Hinkley Hill. Okay, right there past the Luking farm.
Yeah, past
okay?
Dr. Luking's.
Now, why isn't it known as Meisenheimer Hill? Because Meisenheimer was prominent, well-liked, but it seems like someone else came along who was equally as favored as Meisenheimer with the community, and this is where Seth T. Hinkley comes into the story. Seth Hinkley, born in southern Indiana on April the 13th of 1836 on a farm, and he remained there until he was 30 years old. His father was a big farmer and a dealer in stock. But when Seth was 11 years old, his dad died, and he left his mother with 4 children. So Seth was the oldest child and kind of matured early and became responsible. And Seth liked this old saying, experience is the best teacher. And that proved true to him throughout his life because he was just very hands-on with learning how to farm and learning to handle stock. So after his only brother died in the service, let's see, his 2 sisters got married and moved on. He sold his Indiana farm in 1866 and came to Clay County looking for cheaper land. This was when, at the age of 30, he purchased the Matthias Meisenheimer farm near Raccoon Creek, west of Flora. So he owned it after Meisenheimer. So really, Hinkley Hill didn't have any name when Meisenheimer was around. Then he sold the land to Hinkley.
Okay.
Seth found the interest in growing fruit trees here in Clay County to be a priority for many at that time. So go watch our episode on the orchards. Our county was covered in them. So he, too, set out a large number of apple trees of the leading varieties and became the owner of one of the finest young orchards in that section. So Seth stayed on the farm west of Flora until 1893 when he had an opportunity to sell it for a good profit, and he moved into Flora with his family. So
there you go.
Into Flora. They were considered out of town because they're about 4 miles out, 3 or 4 miles out. They moved into town. So records are not real clear on his personal life, but we think that he was married at least 3 times.
Okay.
Clara, Elizabeth, and Rose.
Okay.
Rose was 30 years his junior.
Whoa.
That's a little creepy. And lived until 1943, some 41 years beyond Seth, who died July the 9th, 1902. The only children, LaVonna May Orr, and she is listed in the probate records, but maybe only all those wives and maybe only had one child.
That's crazy.
He later went into the lumber business in Flora. They did name business under the name S.T. Hinckley Lumber Company. They had a good business. I don't know if I've seen that advertised anywhere, but I'll keep an eye out for it. He was a shrewd businessman and was elected vice president of the First National Bank in 1897.
There we go.
And later served as a member of the city board.
Mm-hmm.
And he was also director and treasurer of the Breeze Coal Company.
There you have it.
So this man, by the end, I think, was rolling in some
dough.
A little bit of dough there for the guy, the little boy who started out learning everything hands-on with 11 years old when his dad passed away. Okay. And that is who Hinckley Hill is named after.
Got it. I've
Hinckley
always
Hill.
called it Hinckley Hill.
Seth Hinckley.
Seth Hinckley.
Yep.
Businessman, politician,
Yep.
orchard,
He did it all.
wood, lumber,
Yep. Anything where there was money, he was involved.
banker. Dang.
Yeah.
You know what?
He had
We're
it going
involved in a
on.
lot of things, but you know, all
Nothing
things,
that
nothing
with
that
money. We're involved in the wrong things. We need to take some lessons from Seth Hinckley and get involved in banking and lumber.
No kidding.
And government. I don't know, but
yeah, it's just not fair.
No, it isn't.
Yeah.
All right. So that filled in a little bit of our time that we needed to fill in.
I needed to know that story because I didn't know about Hinckley.
That's a very good story. I've been saving that for a time such as this.
Well, you know, that's why we have our little, because sometimes we run out of things to say, so I've got a bag full of stuff.
Yeah,
and you
because
do,
you never know. Like you say, I'm going to talk about Bert Dancey. I don't know if it's going to take me 5 minutes or 15 minutes. I don't know.
Yeah,
but...
usually I have a little article over here to my right, but for some reason I didn't today.
Well,
okay. Okay, so we're going to end it with our Jack Handy. Deep thoughts with Jack Handy.
Our laugh for the day.
Oh, God, this is great. To me, it's a good idea to always carry 2 sacks of something when you walk around. That way, if anybody says, hey, can you give me a hand? You can say, sorry, got these sacks.
That's funny and horrible all at the same time. Sorry, got these sacks. I'm going to say that to you on the way out. We have a staircase here in the studio. We're in the basement, so we have to walk up the stairs together as we leave with our hands full.
Sorry,
I can't help you. I got these sacks.
Sorry, got these sacks. That's a good one.
Oh, that's
I've been laughing about that one this whole hour.
Well, yeah,
Just
she kept giggling over there, and I'm like, don't tell me.
No, it's got to be a surprise because your reaction is part of the fun.
Yeah.
Hey, Beth, before we go, tell everybody where they can catch us.
Okay, so we are on Wabash Channel 100 daily at 11 a.m., and you can watch our new episodes. They air on Thursdays and Fridays each week. All of our episodes are also on YouTube. You can find us on YouTube. Just type in Beth and Stacey, and we will come right up. Click on our channel, and all of our videos are there from the very beginning. We now have almost 150 episodes.
Oh, yeah, we're getting there.
They're all on YouTube.
Oh,
so
you wanted to do a shout out today real quick.
Yes, Fran Tolliver. Yes, thank you. She's given us a great show idea. She has given us some feedback, and she watches our show regularly, so thank you for that, and we appreciate you. And anyway,
that's it.
We're also on Facebook. That's what I was going to say. And follow us on Facebook. So
that's right.
Anyway, that's it for today. So thank you so much for joining us, and we will see you next time.
God bless you and have a great day.